My dear friends, when we begin our education, our studies, we have two basic things that we begin with first, the alphabets and the numbers. We start learning ABCD and then the words and then the sentences. So also with numbers. And when you go to school, or maybe if the mothers or parents are educated, they will start saying, child say one, and he'll say one. And then they'll say two, and he'll say two, because you are small. And then they'll say three, and he'll say three, because your R is still not come and it becomes L, and you say three. So my dear friend, let's reflect on today about numbers, that is 1, 2 and 3. Today's gospel, Jesus talks about the greatest love, that is number 1, that is love of God. He says love of God is the first and the best commandment that you have to go. So that is number 1. But Jesus is not satisfied with that, and he says there is something else also. And he says there is number 2, love of the other. So love of the other and love of God combined together becomes the greatest law. But to fulfill this, there is another one, that is number 3, and that is me. So when these three things come together, the love is complete. Love of God, love of myself, and love of other. Because when Jesus puts this, the second commandment, he says, love others just as you love yourself. So it is not just the other, but it is you yourself and the other as well. So to reflect further on this and to make this love a strong one, we need to ask questions to ourselves to see whether we are on the right track. The first question that we need to ask is, why do I love God? First of all, do I love God? And if I love God, why do I love God? There was a Catholic robber who was caught by a Catholic policeman. And the Catholic policeman identified it because he was wearing a rosary. And he asked him, you are a Catholic? He said, I am a Catholic. You go to Mass maybe once a while. Do you believe in God? Yes, I believe in God. Do you know that God's love is unconditional? Yes, I know that God's love is unconditional. If so, why do you still continue your robberies? He said, well, once I heard a priest saying that one sorry can change my life. So I will continue with my life, and when I am about to die, I will say one sorry, and I am sure unconditional love of God will save me and take me to heaven. So that was his way of understanding of loving God and looking at the love of God. Do everything that you like, last moment I will do and I will be saved. So the question that we need to ask is, if love of God is, what does it mean to me? Why do I love God? I love God because if I do not love Him, I will go to hell. Do I love God because He is in control and He is the boss, so I can do what I like? Or do I love God because He is a friend, I have built up a relationship? And based on that, my dear friends, our relationships with Him, our communication with Him will also continue. If I am coming for daily Mass, why do I come? Because if I do not come, I will not go to heaven. Or why do I come for my Sunday obligation? Because the Pope has said so. Or why do I attend sacraments? Because if I do not do that, I will go to hell. All this will depend on how we look at the love of God. And that will make our life of the action that we do towards God will be based on all this. The second thing that comes is the love of, maybe let's take the love of me. Do I love myself? I think yes, most of us love ourselves. But do we love ourselves 100%? I have a doubt. Because if you ask somebody or a Catholic person, where is your permanent home? We will say our permanent home is heaven. And if you ask them the next question, do you like to go home? I don't think anybody will say, I would like to go home. Even those who are suffering and on ventilators, even those the ugliest and the most handicapped people would like to still be in our temporary homes and do not go to heaven, to our real home. Except maybe the saints who are gone before us, like Maximilian Kolbe, who did not miss that opportunity of swiping his place with the other person in the concentration camp and said, okay, I will go instead of him. Maybe because he loved God, because he wanted to go home to heaven fast. So my dear friends, we may also not reach that. So we need to ask ourselves, do I love myself? And if I love myself, why do I love myself? Sometimes some of us love us so much, so lavishly, that we forget about all other things. We are so much pre-conscious about our own thing, myself, myself, myself. There is also another way extreme, that I always put myself down. I compare myself to the other and say, he is better than me, she is better than me, she is doing this, I can't do this. All the time grumbling and cribbing. There are also people who have lots of talents, lots of things that they can do by themselves, but still they will look in the fans of the other people and compare yourself to the other person and then make your life miserable. Whereas you could do lots of things and be happy about it. We find lots of people having lots of talents, strengths, but then they look at the other person, try to compare with the other person and make your life miserable, so you don't love yourself. How can you love God and love others? The next is about others. Now, do you love others? Here is the very strong test that is given to us if we are loving others or not. I think most of us, maybe some of us do love, but our love also is conditional. So again we need to ask a question, whom do I love? Which are the people that I love and why do I love them? I love them because I will get something in return. I love them because I will get some satisfaction. Or I love them because the law says that if I do not love, if I do not show charity, my life also will be miserable. I may be put to hell. So that is the question. Based on that, also we will see whether we love others and how much do we love others and do we really love them like the love of God. St. Paul tells us that we need to love ourselves because we are the temple of God. If God is the temple, if St. Paul says, I am also the temple and I love myself, which many of us do, we should also remember that Genesis tells us that all of us are made in the image of God. So that comes the other. If other also is the temple of God, that person also is holy. So if I give sanctity to God, I also need to give sanctity to myself. I also need to give sanctity to other people. And that is where we become complete. Jesus in his life also shows us how we can love others and how we have to love ourselves and ultimately make that the true strong command of love. Today's was a testing for him actually. The intention of this question was not a good choice. They wanted to trap him. But even then he gave the correct answer, the true answer, and he showed it through his life. In the Last Supper we see his beautiful command which he strongly tells his disciples after washing their feet, love one another as I have loved you. Imagine the Son of God coming here when we are want to wait here for long years of life. He comes here just 30 years of preparation, 3 years of ministry finished and he is gone. And that too he dies the death of a thief. But he says, okay, God wants me only for this time on this earth, I finish it and go. But then we would like to delve on with all kinds of things. A question for us to ponder upon, how much do I love God, love myself, love the other. He said, love one another as I have loved you. He was there with them, leading them from the front. Maybe many of us are doing that or not doing that is the question that we need to ask ourselves. And finally, he gives us the love, the forgiveness on the cross. When he dies on the cross, he knew that he was totally innocent. There was nothing that could have been crucified him except their jealousy, except their things that were hidden motives that were there. But even then, he keeps quiet and tells Father, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. That is the love, my dear friend, unconditional love of Jesus, which he tells us to profess in our life. We ask ourselves where we stand with regard to loving myself, loving God and loving others. When we answer that question and when we put it down on the paper, we will come to know our activities of whatever we are doing, maybe in a spiritual life, whether how we are dealing with ourselves, how we are dealing with others, will somehow match, and you will see that the match of the columns become correctly, and you will come to know my love is only this much, my love is 30%, my love is 60%. And that's why what we need to do is we need to have the complete things in all three aspects. Now if you see here, all these three hearts are of same size. That's why if you put them against one another, it just becomes one. So there needs to be one balance. There should be equal love for God, equal love for yourself or myself, and equal love for others. If one is smaller than the other, then it doesn't become one. If you also see this, I did not put the correct color of the heart. There are different shades because there's long way to go for each one of us. I do not think any of us have this complete love to make it red just as the heart. And purposely I have kept it in this way so that we have to reflect on this great aspect of love, commandment of love, which is very easy to say, which looks very attractive, but when it ultimately comes for practice, it's a challenge, it's a difficulty. So we reflect further based on Jesus where he says, love God with all your heart and all your soul, love one another just as you love yourself.